Another Kershaw knife to review, and also this one has a peculiar name. This is the Nerve. Yeah, Kershaw sure has a tendency to pick somewhat eccentric names, but whatever. This knife here ranges in price from about $16 to $25, so you should be able to get it for $20 easily. This model is actually discontinued, but at this point it still seems to be possible to get it fairly easily. So if you want it, you should get it now. And for that price, you get quite decent steel, HCR13 MOV, which performs quite well. Good edge retention and all that. No problems with that. And you get G10 handle scales, which of course is a huge plus. G10 is always very comfortable and secure material for a handle. And you can see it has this very interesting, unusual pattern here. This pattern of ridges here, or grooves, however you want to look at it. Looks very interesting, quite attractive. Personally, to me it looks a bit more like muscle tissue than nerve, but whatever. One interesting feature on this that I haven't seen yet is there is actually jimping on the thumb disc. That's rather unusual, and this makes it even easier to open. And combined with the super smooth pivot, it's definitely very easy and comfortable to open. It's enormously smooth, nice and buttery, so to speak. And you have this very interesting blade shape, quite nice indeed. The overall look is somewhat aggressive, I would say, because of both this texturing here and the excessive jimping that you have all around, and of course also in combination with the partially serrated edge, it makes it look kind of abrasive, so to speak. I mean, look at this. This is very aggressive looking jimping all around here on the thumb disc. There's very deep jimping, or I would even call it serrations, and some here as well. So how is the handling with all those jagged edges going on? Well, it's not too bad. It is aggressive, so you definitely feel it. The jimping on here near the liner, they do have a tendency to bite a little bit into your hand. This might be an issue if you use this for prolonged periods of time. What I do like is that they didn't go overboard with the jimping on the actual liner. As you can see there, the liner itself, where you would mainly put your thumb, it has no jimping actually. Your thumb rests on part of this lower jimping, but it's not too bad really. It's not uncomfortable for the thumb actually, but when you place your index finger here, you do feel it. It does bite a little bit into your finger. This jimping here is actually pretty comfortable. It's not a problem, and you really lock into place. Also with the structure of the handles, I mean, this thing is super solid in your hand. It feels like it is welded to your hand. It's definitely, you're not going to slip off there. It does also have a lanyard hole if you want that on top of it. And the belt clip is, you know, not very remarkable in any way. It's fairly standard design, nothing funky about it, and looks effective. It's very stiff. In fact, to my liking, it is a bit too stiff. I can hardly move this at all. I mean, this is pretty much ridiculously stiff. So I might even go as far as to say this might be pocket shredding stiff. They might have gone a bit overboard on that. But the good thing is you can reverse the belt clip. You can have either tip up or tip down carry. Although if you're left-handed, you're out of luck because it's only on one side. As you can see, the blade is perfectly centered. And the lockup is super tight. No problem whatsoever. No blade play, rock solid, no problem at all. And by the way, you can also flick it open like this, pretty easily actually, because the thumb disc is so generous. Very easy, quite nice. Let's check out the weight. 109 grams, or 3 7/8 ounces. And let's check out the sharpness. Testing with the finger seems reasonable. And oh yes, nice and sharp. Definitely usable. Very sharp out of the box. Let's check the serrations. Those are actually extremely sharp. I'm surprised. The serrations are enormously sharp and they really bite nicely into the material. At first I was somewhat skeptical about the shape of those serrations, but they seem to work nicely. To cut very cleanly. So my overall opinion on it? Well, considering that it's discontinued, I would say go and get it while you can. This is really an excellent knife. If you don't mind the aggressive look and all the jimping, it handles very nicely. It's super secure in the hand. The blade is excellent. There is really nothing wrong about it in any way. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I really like it, and I would definitely recommend it. So if you want it, be quick.